Sometimes the most damaging thing you can do under pressure is to keep trying to prove your worth to people who have already decided not to see it. Not because you're not capable, not because you're not skilled, but because their nervous system, not yours, their identity, and their incentives, they require you to stay small. And the longer that you chase validation there, the more power that you're giving away. What most people don't realize is trying to prove your worth is not a communication problem. It's a regulation problem. When you're stuck proving yourself, your nervous system is operating from threat, not leadership. You over-explain, you defend yourself, you try harder, you stay longer than you should, and none of it works. None of it. Because some people are not confused, they're closed. Let's ground this in neuroscience to understand why this hurts so much. Under social threat, rejection, invalidation, dismissal, the brain activates the same neural pathways as physical pain. This is not metaphorical. This is measurable. Studies using MRI scans, it shows that social rejection activates the anterior cingulate cortex, that same region of your brain involved in pain processing. So basically, your system treats being unseen as a survival threat. So when you keep trying to prove your worth, your body isn't motivated. It's bracing itself. And a braced system cannot lead clearly. Here's the part that many of you maybe, but most people don't want to hear. Some people benefit from not seeing you clearly. I know that sounds so messed up, but they are all about themselves. Some people are very about self. And seeing your competence would require them to reevaluate themselves, admit bias, lose control, or change the power dynamic. This is a big one. So instead, they minimize, they move the goalposts, they stay vague on purpose, and they never quite say, "You're good enough." And if you keep performing for that approval, that pat on the back, you are training your system to stay dependent on an external verdict that was never coming in the first place. That's not resilience. That is self-erosion. Here's what's proving your worth actually costing you. It's costing cognitive load. Your cognitive load goes up. Emotional reactivity increases. Your decision-making quality drops. And recovery time after stress lengthens even more. Anxiety is on the rise. You start to make everything about you now. Everything's about you. And you become very self-focused on everything. Research on chronic stress shows that prolonged exposure to uncomfortable social stressors, it elevates cortisol and it impairs the prefrontal cortex function. It's that part of the brain responsible for clarity, regulation, and strategy. So you're not too sensitive. You are neurologically overloaded. High performers don't convince, they position. They make one internal shift. That shift is, my worth is not decided in rooms that require me to abandon myself. That does not mean that you disengage emotionally. It means that you stop negotiating your value. You stop it. You bring clean communication, clear boundaries, and measured responses, and facts, not emotion. Don't bring the emotion to the table, only facts. And if that environment still requires performance instead of presence, you step back. Not loudly, not dramatically, but strategically. Here's a simple reset that you can use almost immediately if you're in this type of situation. Before engaging with someone that you feel that you need to prove yourself to, ask. First, is this feedback or control? Second, do their actions match their words? Third, do I feel clearer or do I feel smaller after interactions? If the answer trends towards smaller, your system is already giving you the data. You got all the data you need. Regulate first. Respond second. Decide third. That is emotional resilience under pressure. Sometimes the strongest move is not saying more. It's not doing more or explaining better. Sometimes the strongest move is stopping the performance entirely. Because the moment that you stop trying to be seen by people who will never intend to see you, your system stabilizes, your clarity returns, and your authority sharpens. That is not giving up. That is leadership. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, or you know someone that needs to hear this today, please consider sharing, please consider subscribing, and we will see you all on the next video.